Hi, welcome to Warnish Radio, a radio show where we talk about thoughts, feelings, emotions, and everything alike. And I just recorded one of these and it just deleted. Um, the audio just gone. I did something really dumb. And yeah. But welcome back. I wanted to make this one as a way to kind of distract you guys from what may be going on in your lives. And also, before we start, I want to put some numbers on the screen in case you guys need to talk to anyone, or if you guys need any sort of help. You can call any of these numbers. As I have done before, I have called hotlines and spoken to somebody, and at the time, it really did help out. So I want to give you guys that resource too. Don't be afraid to take care of yourself and to take these steps. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna record just a happy, normal one. Can I take you guys away from what you may be going through? At least for me, I'm going through a lot of things in my current place, and I can understand what may be going on in other people's shoes. I mostly record these for my friends, and I really care about my friends. And some of you like to sit down while you're eating and watch these, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Also, I'd like to grant a very honest apology. All right, this may shock some of you because you guys may have no clue and you're very confused. Don't cancel me for this one, okay? I played without you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, look at all the progress I made. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll step away. I'll step away. I'm so sorry that I did this to you. Okay, it wasn't my intention. I just, I have a lot of gameplay backed up, played. It's silent gameplay. If you guys want to watch that, you can watch that. But it's probably boring because who would want to watch silent gameplay? So while I'm talking, I'll give you guys like a little tour about what I've done in this base. But I can't help it. Like when I first started playing this server, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I felt like I needed to play, and you gotta understand. Gotta understand. I wanted to brush up upon what I've been doing in my life, how I've taken my day by days, I guess. Kind of an update, basically. Recently I've been obsessed with drawing. And I don't talk about drawing a lot because it's a very personal hobby for me. But well, first of all, this is a personal channel in my opinion. A channel made for me and I guess for some of you, to listen to. And also, I'm really passionate about it. It's really fun and I enjoy it. If you haven't seen some of my art, I'll put it up on screen for you guys to watch. For you guys to kind of look at and see what I've been talking about. It's not necessarily good. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's different, it's dynamic, and it's a different style that I've been recently partaking in. I'll post some more later. But it's really cool. And I've been for a while, I've always felt like I didn't belong in the art space. I feel like I never had a sense of style to go with, and I kind of like copied whatever I saw online. And it felt very like nasty to me, I guess, in a sense. I felt like I couldn't make anything original. But then now I can kind of stare at a drawing or a real life photo, and I feel like I could go from there and create something new. Which in my opinion is kind of cool. I've never thought of myself as a person that could do that, but I've been starting to dabble in that area. And I've been very motivated by the artist Basquiat. He was a artist around the 1900s, but he was an artist in many different senses. A lot of people don't talk about it, but he was in a band before he created paintings. His paintings are insanely popular. He was in an album for the Strokes, I believe, which if you don't know who that is, just very famous band, I guess. Very underground. No, just a very famous band, and he was in one of their album covers that he painted. But he painted art with great emotion, and he was the inventor of neo-expressionism because he was someone who wanted to create something new. And I feel like to this day, a lot of people downplay his art and his skill but he really was something else of his time, and his art was heavily downplayed, or I guess looked at in a different sense because of his race. He was judged because he was black, which was a very hard pill for him to swallow. And I feel like at the end of the day, that is part of what took his life, because he had to cope with the reality that not everybody was going to accept him, and that was all he has ever wanted as an artist, just acceptance and to be respected and noticed for his notoriety. And for Basquiat, I've been dabbling a lot on his works, not stealing from necessarily, but just looking at and getting the image in my head of the style that he went for. And it's so different to me. It's very captivating, and I feel like I've kind of found my own niche. I have been drawing new and different things, but I feel like I created this one drawing that I couldn't stop looking at. I was like, whoa, I don't even know how that came out of me. And it's very nice to look at. I think one thing I learned from Basquiat is that he was an artist that knew how to steal, and he's an artist that acted with great speed. And I'm not saying stealing as in taking from an artist and blatantly copying, but he would take quotes from books, and he would take different ideas and input them into his art as a way of expressing himself. And not a lot of people did that around that time. It's done pretty often now. It's also important to note that he was addicted to drugs, and that is what ultimately took his life at the end of the day, which I do not endorse. But also, at the time, it was a space where drugs were normalized and are kind of still normalized if you're that famous. And it's also something interesting to think about, that this was an artist that was kind of fed off of and taken advantage of. But the way he had used speed, for example, there was an artist that heavily influenced his art. I forget his name, but I'll put it up in the screen. He met him and he was speaking to him, and he was like, oh, I had this amazing thing I wanted to show you. And then he left for a minute to go sketch. He was an artist that could create with such speed and still manage to keep that passion within him when he was drawing. It wasn't about rapidly producing a piece of art, but about feeling something so passionately that you feel like you had to do it right now, which is something he took advantage of. And when he met his motivator, he went away, he drew for him, and he came back with that piece of art. And that artist said, wow, you create with quicker speed than me. And from then on, he went to go work with Basquiat, which is just a really motivating story in my opinion, because at times I feel the need to create and just kind of lay there without doing much because I'm busy with something else, or I kind of get distracted and feel like I need to manage my priorities. But there are different ways of sort of combating your time or managing to where you can get into a place like Basquiat. And he knew how to have multiple hobbies to manage his art and manage his time. It's really fascinating to look at this artist and learn from him without a way that romanticizes him, or I guess try to over explain his art, because at the end of the day, artists do because they do. It's not really because they have this deeper hidden meaning behind their art or something that'll like solve every solution in your life, or that's like a hidden secret that you need to look at. It's kind of just like the artist felt something in an image or writing or etc., and they put that into their art, and it's what art is. I can't figure out where to put, like, I forgot how my house worked. Recently I've been starting my mornings with a cup of black coffee and some salt in the coffee that adds this kind of tinge to the flavoring, and it's what I kind of been enjoying. I do have an addiction, but I've been managing my addiction. It's not 4 cups a day anymore, it's just 1 cup. And I've been consistently exercising, recording different videos for you guys, and writing different things. Surprisingly, I haven't done in a while. I still need to create a balance in my life, to where I can start reading more and playing more instruments and studying more. So I feel like I easily just get distracted by things that don't help me, and creating worry for myself about things I can't manage. But I hope like this video kind of helps some of you guys. You guys get something out of it. I know you guys enjoy watching these, especially my friends who I make these for, who watch these while drawing or doing anything. I really, really appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. This was Warnish Radio. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.